of North Carolina. 1 seed and 3 seed, and we're off. The Tar Heel Blue, the Virginia Tech Hokies, in the championship at 49. Chishko, a redshirt sophomore, Jeanette, Pennsylvania. Cannon McMillan, returning All-American, coming off that 6th-place finish a year ago.
Chishko has a very sneaky, quick sweep single. And when he gets that sweep single, he really cuts the corner and tables it on his thigh.
Heilmann for North Carolina was an NCAA qualifier 2 years ago. He utilized a red shirt last year. Big shoes to fill. He's replacing 4-time NCAA qualifier Evan Henderson. He was fun to watch the past 5 years from Chapel Hill, and the success that Henderson enjoyed. Minute into this first period, no score.
I mean, that's the call. I mean, when you back out, you don't make an effort to get back in. That was the right call by the official. They pause.
Chishko in that 6th-place finish last year, part of Virginia Tech's strong representation at the Nationals. They finished 6th as a team. That was their highest placing ever. Here's that double leg. Chishko switches to a single.
Chishko is very good at this position right here. He keeps his hips low, and he wants to keep going around, but Heilmann had put a lot of weight on that shoulder with a modified whizzer. They got to get out of the ear to ear. Nothing happens ear to ear.
It's the best place to whisper from, Rock. It's the best place to whisper from. They Solomon also had a little bit of a slow start in his semifinal match, but once he kind of got rolling, you saw a lot cleaner finishes, and I think he's got kind of the gas tank where he's going to score a lot more points in the last 3 minutes than he does in the first 4.
Nice. Chishko. This time he wraps up both legs, and he'll get the 2 at the edge of the mat. 2 points for Solomon Chishko.
Like I said early.
Heilmann tried to do a little snap Chishko right into his double. Good finish. Nice, clean finish.
Chishko was the ACC runner-up at 141 last year. He's at his more natural weight this year at 49. He thought it was just going to be too tough to keep that weight down. He wanted to spend more time on execution and mat fundamentals rather than on the diet. So they bumped him up to that 49, more comfortable, more relaxed, and he's showing it.
Tim, I know you're a big fan of guys going up in weight class as opposed to sucking weight. It just makes wrestling fun. It makes you healthier, and you can worry more about technique as opposed to your diet.
Absolutely. You usually see big improvements to their. We were talking about this before. If you jump too high, it'll take you some time to get into shape, to get into conditioning. But one weight class, 1 year, looks great.
Flip of the disc comes up green. Heilmann defers. Now Chishko will start down as Virginia Tech is up the ante. The Hokies now with a 14-point lead over the defending champion Wolfpack.
Chishko generally goes and just comes in like a little ball, keeps his elbows on his knees, and tries to fight for hands and may go to a sit-out.
Chishko able to get free quickly in the opening 10 seconds of the period, so a 3-1 lead for the top seed and redshirt sophomore Solomon Chishko. Operating off that front headlock, Chishko. Heilmann able to get the stalemate and the start back in the center. Heilmann started the day with a win over...
Nice high crotch, post high crotch. Chishko with a really solid defense, you know. We haven't seen too much defense like this today, where a guy actually just sprawls and controls the back ankle.
Perfect position, hips low.
Yeah.
Lace the ankle.
It's a little bit more efficient, I think, than we've seen with the more of the roly-poly spaghetti wrestling.
5-2 lead for Chishko as we hit the 1 minute mark of the second period.
It's unfortunate, too, because it was a really nice attack by Heilmann. It was great. Just a beautiful post-high crotch. Just didn't really bring his hips as much as you would have wanted.
In college wrestling, it's not just getting in, it's just finishing. And Tim, as you said, it was a great high crotch, but couldn't finish. Heavy hips, laces to the mat. Heilmann's got to start to create some more offense here.
It will be Heilmann's choice to start the third period. He'll be trailing by 3. Riding time not a factor in this bout.
You can see Chishko starting to control the elbow, the right elbow of Heilmann.
Sullivan Chishko increasing the cushion a little bit. Heilmann automatically says, I want down. He'll try to get the escape quickly, get back within a takedown's distance of putting in the equalizer here. Some work to do, trailing 5-2.
2 minutes to make something happen. Let's see what Heilmann does here.
Heilmann close to getting away, and he does. So that's exactly what he needed to have happen. He gets the escape.
Wow,
Look at
nice
that double
takedown.
leg by Chishko. Lightning quick, and he's in for 2.
Wow. That was explosive. Lowered level, bam.
Slips the half for a moment on that left side, goes back to the arm.
Let's see if Chishko can get some riding time here.
Heilmann a quick stand and turn. And he did not get free, they say, so he'll go back to the center. Trailing 7-3.
Why?
And North Carolina's going to challenge.
I'm not sure what the challenge is for.
Our
5
Heels
count.
are going to challenge from the corner. And, Rock, you heard 5 count. Break down what they're looking at.
5 count, what it is when the wrestler in the advantage position drops below the buttocks. And if he does not improve his position after a 5 count by the official, it's a stall call right then and there. And so what he's starting to do is, I didn't see it. It didn't look anything close to a 5 count. But as you said, we can't.
I would have said that he got an escape, but I mean, it seemed like they already had blown the whistle. So
take us through that discussion when you're one of those officials over there and you're seeing the replay.
What it is, that you go over there, there's a lead official. Lead official is Dave Paws. His assistant is Steve Curtis. Steve Curtis is there to assist Paws. They're going to look. They want to look for 30 seconds. Say, look, what did you see? They'll replay it, do a little slow, and then they want to make a decision again. Less than 30 seconds, and once they make that decision, they come and make an announcement. But for 5 seconds, it shouldn't take this long.
For the most part, do the officials like the addition of replay in this sport from what
Absolutely.
we've seen over the last couple of years?
There's no doubt about it. The officials like it because they can confirm their call, and sometimes you can save a disagreement with the coaches by saying, look, I want to check for myself, save your challenge, let me take a look at it, make sure I get the call right. But you don't want to keep going over there too often.
yeah, you don't want to put too much. You don't want to gum up the flow of the match. And maybe that's could have been actually what Coach Ramos was looking to do. Maybe he thought to himself, hey, let's slow this down for a second. Let's reevaluate. I think also because there was 46 seconds of riding time, if he can convince that there was an escape, maybe he can prevent the 1 minute from coming up. That's a big point,
Some of the faces in the crowd here tonight in Raleigh enjoying this Saturday night ACC Wrestling Championship. Strong hometown contingency from NC State. Good following from Blacksburg. Hoping that Virginia Tech can get back atop this championship after winning the regular season, a perfect 5-0 in the duels, and in position with 78 team points and a 14-point lead over North Carolina.
It's got to be something else too, because if it was a 5-second count,
could they be looking at the possibility of an escape?
He's saying that I think what maybe they're conferring about is he said, "Oh look, he's just about to hit the wood. I'm going to call it I'm going to call it a point." But at the same time, he was already sprawling to that direction, so maybe he blew the whistle a little too early. I don't know. Maybe that's the subjectiveness of this whole thing that they're sort of arguing. Well, got a stall call.
Well, good call by Coach Ramos.
That's a really good call by Ramos. It's an international wrestling experience, Kenny Monday.
Now Virginia Tech in their corner wants an explanation. Ramos, you saw there in the corner for North Carolina, the former Iowa Hawkeye.
The call there was questioning referee against Zadok.
Again, another stop as they get attention on that scoreboard. So they're going to reset the clock. In this third period, 7-4, Chishko with the lead.
You know what I think they should do moving forward? If they can have the PA person say what the challenge is for.
Yeah, the fact that the fans really don't know what was going on that whole time is not necessarily beneficial.
Right.
I think it's easy to fix that in the future. Hopefully they'll be able to make those adjustments.
So after a prolonged delay, let's see how the wrestlers respond. Chishko back in the top position. Heilmann manages to get to his feet, and he cuts free. So he gets the escape. And now all of a sudden, he's a takedown away from tying this up. Shot by Chishko. That double leg's been money, and it provides another 2.
That double is so good, he should shoot it every 15 seconds.
During that break, Derek St. John, the assistant coach of Virginia Tech, looked at Solomon Chishko and said, "Does this really matter?" It doesn't matter. That's what he kept saying to him. So, kept him focused on what he needed to focus on. Heilmann was cutting, he's been trying to cut off. Chishko loves circling to his left, and so Heilmann keeps blocking him to his right, but it wasn't enough in that circumstance to slow him down on that shot. He was able to close the distance.
Chishko close to getting the turn. He will settle for the 2.
He looks strong. You're talking about going up a weight class. I mean, he looks like the strongest 49-pounder you could have out there. He does look good. And he's not breathing hard.
He wrestled 145 his senior year in high school, so I'm sure 141 was a cut for him. Very solid performance. Workmanlike, methodical, stayed in control, never out of position.
And that really has categorized both of his wins today. Not just here in the championship, but in the semi. He was a runner-up at 141 last year. He's back up to his natural weight at 49, and Virginia Tech has another ACC champ. Solomon Chishko, the redshirt sophomore, your champion for Virginia Tech.
Looking to be an All-American again, and from what I've seen, he has the tools to be on the podium for another year.
All-American a season ago, and now he heads to St. Louis with an ACC championship.